What is going on, guys? I'm Steven and welcome back to another China phone review. Today we're doing a quick comparison between the Elephone P3000 and the Elephone P3000s. And the S version is the improved version, but it's not like Apple where you pay $500 to have an S on your smartphone. There are some real improvements and today we're going to check them out. This is an official sample from elephone.hk and you can find a link to all the resellers like eFoxShop, Cool or some more down below in the description, so feel free to check it out. And don't forget to visit chinadevices.com, which brings you the latest news about China phones and also the latest tutorials. Then now let's get started with the review. Now first of all, both phones look completely equal from the outside. If you want to see all the details about the smartphone, then check out my review video from the Elephone P3000, which you can find down below in the description. Then let's have a look at this new USB cable. So this came with the P3000s, looks kinda nice with those green parts here, and comes with the Elephone logo, but yeah, it's a normal standard micro USB cable. Then let's have a look at the wall charger. Comes with the Elephone logo, looks exactly like the one from the P3000. It's a 5-watt charger, so we have here 5 volts and 1 amp output, and comes with the European power socket connector, so from my country, but it will also come with the correct one for your country. Now it also comes with a flip cover. This one looks very nice. It came with my P3000 but also works on the P3000s because they have the same body. And you can see it looks like the one from the LG G3 because it also comes with a little cutout for the clock face and it's a smart cover just like the S-View cover. The backside is transparent and you just put this over your back cover so you don't have to remove the back cover and lose the NFC antenna which is on the P3000s in the back cover. Then it also comes with a user manual, a screen protector, and that's basically everything you can find inside of the box. And the boxes of both phones look totally equal. Okay, then let's just quickly check out the specs of both smartphones. Now, if you already have seen my review of the Elephone P3000, then you know it comes with a 5-inch 720p display, the MTK 6582 plus 6590, which gives it 4G. It's a quad-core and it's not the newest SoC, so it's already a bit outdated because the new MTK generation comes soon. It comes with quad-band GSM, quad-band WCDMA, and it also supports 4G, so FDD-LTE, and you can see the frequencies down below, so make sure those frequencies work in your country. Then it comes with 1GB of RAM plus 8GB of ROM, 30MP main camera, 5MP front-facing camera, and also a fingerprint scanner and KitKat straight out of the box. So what has been improved to the Elephone P3000s? First of all, we have the same display, but it comes with a new SoC. It's running the MTK 6592 Octa core, plus the MTK 6290, which gives it 4G support, and quad-band GSM, quad-band WCDMA as always. It also comes with 2GB of RAM, so the RAM has been doubled. Same for the ROM, we now have 16GB of ROM. The back camera seems to be the same 30MP, but the front camera has been improved, so we have an 8MP front camera. And it also comes with a fingerprint scanner just like the Elephone P3000, but it also comes with NFC, and you have the NFC antenna in the back cover. And both are running KitKat, but the ROM from the P3000s is a little bit different. Okay guys, so that are the differences, but also the price is different. The Elephone P3000s costs about $50 or $60 more. It depends on where you buy from, but I have to say it's definitely worth the money because you get a lot of improvements, also NFC, and the octa-core is much faster than the MTK 6582 quad-core. Okay guys, so now let's have a look at both smartphones. If you just check out the front side, you will see both look very equal. It just seems that the P3000 display looks a bit sharper, but this is because the font is just smaller. They have the same resolution, same viewing angle, same colors. I'm pretty sure that it is the same display. But all in all, looks pretty good. At the bottom you can see the capacitive buttons, but unfortunately the capacitive buttons don't have any backlight. Also if you check out the back side, it looks completely equal. So we have here that metal aluminum plate which holds the back camera, the LED flash and the fingerprint scanner. A red ring around it which gives it a really cool look. The Elephone logo here in the middle in chrome. At the bottom, the slogan, keep expecting and be surprised, and the speaker grid, and right under the speaker grid there's the 3D speaker. Back cover made out of plastic, but there's some differences in the back cover, as you will see a little bit later. The top of both phones holds the 3.5mm headphone jack on the right side of the smartphone, and in the middle the USB port. Now, I like smartphones more which have the USB connector at the bottom, but that's just my personal opinion. Here it's at the top, and yeah, frame made out of plastic, looks kinda good. Also here you can already see the viewing angles, so they look very good on both smartphones. Now, if you check out the top of the front side, you will see here several things. First of all, the 4G logo, which indicates both devices support 4G, even though it looks a little bit girly-like. Then here we have a notification LED, which you can't see right now, the speaker in the middle, here light and proximity sensor, and the front-facing camera, which is different on both devices. So it looks way better on the Elephone P3000s, that's all I can say. The quality is much better on the P3000s. If you have a look at both devices from this side, you can see something which I don't really like. Now first of all, you can see the bottom microphone, which looks completely equal. And you can see the back is a little bit curved, a little bit more here on the P3000s, maybe because of the NFC antenna. And you can see those devices are very thick compared here to my iPhone 6 clone. If you have a look at this, then this device is 2 or 3mm thicker than this iPhone 6 clone here. So if you don't like really thick devices, then maybe have a look at a different device. Now here comes something which I really like, so just have a look at this flip cover here. It comes with some nice textile, the Elephone logo, and looks a bit like the LG G3 flip cover with that round clock face. If you just have a look at the second hand, then you can see it is moving. The animation is totally smooth, there are no lags or something, and the clock faces are not switchable right now, maybe in the next ROM version. You can also swipe here over the screen to go to the music player, but swiping over the screen with the flip cover doesn't work really good. You also can't set the sensitivity in the settings, that should be improved, and here you could play music, but for now it's not working for me. Anyway, pretty cool thing. I hope this gets improved soon, and I think this works with the magnetic field sensor of this device, and as you can see it works pretty good, so if you open up the cover you can use it, if you close it, it switches to the clock animation. And here the backside also looks really nice with the transparent cover, and you can still use NFC also with that flip cover here. So pretty cool thing, and now let's have a look at the internals of the smartphone. Now I have removed the back cover to give you a look under the hood of both devices. Now let's just start with the antennas. You can see here LTE 4G, so both devices support 4G, just check the frequencies, it works in the most countries, but I think not in the USA. We also have Wi-Fi, GPS, here you can see that metal plate which holds all the things, but let's have a look here at the slots. Now it comes with 2 SIM card slots and 1 SD card slot, because it's a dual SIM dual standby device. Here you can see the NFC contacts which are missing on the Elephone P3000 because it doesn't support NFC. And let's just have a look at the back cover. This is the back cover of the Elephone P3000s, so here you can see the NFC contacts which go into this antenna pad here. And you don't have them in the cover of the Elephone P3000. That's why you can't switch the cover, because otherwise you will lose the NFC ability. And this is how it looks on the Elephone P3000. But all in all, the rest looks completely equal. You will just notice the difference if you have a look at the sticker. Here on the left side it says model P3000, on the left side P3000s. Different IMEI numbers because hey, they are different devices. And here in the left bottom corner you can see the 3D sound speaker, and we'll also later do a little speaker test so you can hear the speaker quality of the Elephone P3000 or P3000s. Then let's have a look at the battery of both devices. Now both devices are very thick because there's a huge battery under the hood. It comes with a 3.8 volts lithium ion polymer battery, and it has a capacity of 3150 mAh. Here you can see the production date is the same, even though they are different devices, and also it's the same battery. So there is no P3000s battery, there's just a P3000 battery, which is a 3150 mAh battery, and both devices have exactly the same battery. Now if you do the math, you can imagine the battery lifetime will be better on the old P3000 because it's not as power hungry as the MTK 6592. But anyway, that also depends on the ROM, on your usage. Maybe the ROM is better optimized on the Octa core. I really don't know. I will do some benchmarks later in Geekbench and upload them down below to the description so you can check them out. So that were both devices from the outside, but now I have booted them up. Boot time is 20 to 30 seconds, so pretty fast on both devices. And I have to say, both feel very smooth here in the home screen and the launcher. Now the ROM is very good optimized for both SoCs, but you will see later that the Octa core is much faster in 3D applications. Anyway, let's go to settings and let's go quickly through the most important settings and features of both devices. We are now here in About the Phone, and here we can see both devices are running Android KitKat straight out of the box. Now there was also a wireless update on the P3000s, so when I unpacked the phone and connected it to Wi-Fi, it told me, hey, there's an update for your phone, and it's pretty cool that they offer over-the-air updates. Then here we have Wi-Fi. So I'm now connected to my home network, and yeah, I have to say the signal quality is pretty good on both devices. So it seems to be just a little bit better on the Elephone P3000s, but yeah, there could be much factors which influence that. But anyway, Wi-Fi is working on both and the signal quality is good. Now here we have wireless and networks. Basically everything is the same, but NFC is here supported on the Elephone P3000s. And that NFC works with all devices which support NFC, but not hot knot devices from MTK, because it's a different technology. But you can use it with the Note 4 or whatever device you want to use it. If we now check out the storage, you will see a huge difference. On the Elephone P3000s it's perfect. You have one big partition with 13 GB, 10 GB are usable. On the old Elephone P3000 you have two partitions, one 2 GB partition and one 4 GB partition. And on the main partition only 1.5 GB is usable. So if you want to install a big application you can't do it. You have to repartition the internal memory or just use link to SD or something. Then here we can go to apps and running apps in the background. What you can see here is which apps are currently running in the background. Now it's a bit unfair because I have a lot of more apps running on the Elephone P3000. But you can see you have about 1 GB more RAM on the Elephone P3000s, and this gives you a huge boost in the most applications. Then here we can check out the battery stats. Okay, not storage, let's go to battery here. And you can see here 3 days without charging, but yeah, I haven't used a SIM card here, haven't charged to 100%, so those stats are pretty inaccurate. But what I will do is just do a Geekbench battery test and upload the result down below into the description so you can compare both batteries. But you can be sure that the battery lifetime will be better on the Elephone P3000 because it's running the not as power hungry MTK 6582. Then let's check out the fingerprint scanner, which is one of the main features of the Elephone P3000. Oh yeah, now here comes my good old friend, the fingerprint scanner. Now I have to say I really like and I really hate this feature. So here in the animation you can see you have to swipe over the fingerprint scanner on the back side. Here it also tells you to swipe over the home button. No, that won't work. You have to swipe over the fingerprint scanner on the back side. And you have to have very dry hands, so they shouldn't be sweaty. And you have to swipe over the center of it. If you don't swipe straight over the center, it won't recognize your fingerprint. So this is a little bit tricky because sometimes you also just don't find the fingerprint scanner also when it's dark because it's somewhere at the back side. And here you can see swipe in the center. And if you now want to unlock it very fast and it doesn't detect the fingerprint, doesn't detect it, then it detects, it gets very annoying. The first day okay, but if you have to do it every day, this will get annoying as hell and you will deactivate it. But it's really cool for PayPal or something because it's actually very safe. And yeah, I really have to say it works very good if you practice how to swipe over the center of it. But now let's do a quick test. Now here you can see how to unlock it. So first of all you have to press the power button, then you come here to the lock screen and this tells you to swipe over the fingerprint scanner. Okay, failed. And now I'll try it again. Failed. Now let me try it again. Recognized. So you really have to practice. It's much easier if you have the fingerprint scanner in the home button, just like on the Galaxy S5. It's really much easier, but it's really cool that they include a fingerprint scanner. And if you fail a lot of times, you have to enter a password. And if it's really long, then this gets annoying as hell. So trust me, having the fingerprint as lock screen is not really good. Oh yeah, so we're back in Android, both devices unlocked, and let's go to the menu. Let's check out some important things here like the flashlight to see how strong it is. On the most China phones, the flashlight is very weak, it's yellow, but I have to say Elephone uses some pretty good LEDs, so you can see it's very bright and not yellow. And also it's pretty good for taking photos in low light, not at night. At night there is no China phone which can do some really good photos, maybe except Oppo or something. But I have to say here on the Elephone, the LED they use is pretty good. Okay, then let's have a look at the magnetic field sensor, because this should work on both devices. Now, as you may know from my other reviews, north is to my left, and it works pretty good here on the P3000. On the P3000s, I think I have to recalibrate the sensor, because yeah, it shows some different things. But there could be many issues, because I have a lot of devices here in my room. They can also influence the magnetic field sensor. But I have to say, on both devices it's working. You can also see it because the flip cover is working, and I think it works with the magnetic field sensor and not with the light sensor or something. And yeah, pretty good job on that. So as you can see, it's working. And to recalibrate it, you just have to rotate your device several times, and that's pretty easy to do. Here's just some quick speed test, and here you can see I just have 3G, I don't have 4G. Personally, I don't think that I need it, because 3G is still enough. So here you can see 15 Mbits down, 3 Mbits up, and a good ping. So you can also get some pretty good speed on 3G on that smartphone. Then now let's also check out the dialer application. So I can just dial here some random number. Works perfectly in my country. It comes with quad band GSM, quad band WCDMA. So please, just once before you buy the smartphone, check out the frequencies to make sure it's working in your country. Here you can see sensors working too. It switches off the display. So really good. All in all, pretty good thing. And now let's have a look at the camera application of the smartphone. Now let us quickly compare both cameras. And this is the back camera on both devices. Tap autofocus works very good. Changes the lighting very good. Focus time is good. But I have to say, the colors look more natural on the Elephone P3000s. I really can't tell you if it's the same camera model or if there's some differences. But if we go here to the camera settings, we can see both have 13 megapixel. Also you can see this because the quality looks actually the same. And just the colors look a little bit better on the P3000s. You will later also see a test video with the back cameras of both devices, and I will upload, as always, some sample pics down below to the description, raw quality, so you can check them out in even view, compare the megapixels, colors, everything you want to. Then now let's quickly check out the front-facing camera on both devices. Now, as you can see, it's a little bit zoomed in on the Elephone P3000 because we don't have that good resolution. We just have 5 megapixels on the Elephone P3000, 8 megapixel here on the Elephone P3000s. And yeah, it looks much better on the Elephone P3000s. The sharpness, also the colors a little bit. So I can really say the camera is much better on the Elephone P3000s. But let's just have a look at a sample comparison video between both cameras. So that was the back camera test, pretty impressive quality. I couldn't upload on front camera footage because Camtasia decided to crash when I edited the video. Anyway, let's do a GPS test because you can find some samples down below in the description. First of all, congratulations Elephone for designing a smartphone with really good GPS. The MTK 6592 had a lot of GPS improvements and you can definitely see it here. Because we get a much better signal here on the P3000s. The accuracy even goes down to 5 or 4 feet. That's really amazing. No problems when you use navigation. And also if you have a look at the signal bars, then the overall signal quality is better on the P3000s. I guess they have the same antenna layout, so the chipset is much better on the P3000s. Anyway, you don't have to do a GPS fix, it works straight out of the box on both devices, but the signal quality will be better on the P3000s. Also, I've seen a lot of 6592 devices, but here we have an outstanding good signal on the P3000s. Okay guys, now you will see a movie test, speaker test, some benchmarks, and after this you will hear my conclusion about both devices. So just sit down and enjoy.
Dad, he keeps spending money stuff is what's going to put you through college. There's something in here that's meant to spend some money. Come on, you old wreck. Judgment Day. What'll happen to you? Look, it's not normal steel. I don't think it's a truck at all. I think we just...
Now, I have also provided a little Antutu test for you guys to see how much faster the Elephone P3000 is. So let's just have a look at the result. Here you can see the Elephone P3000s reaches about 32K in Antutu, which is almost as fast as the LG G3. If you keep in mind the price difference, then this is awesome. Here the old P3000, yeah, it's here at the bottom. So the Xiaomi Mi2 is even faster, also the Redmi Note. And this is because, yeah, the MTK 65A2 is pretty outdated, it's pretty old, so I would definitely pay more to get the Octa core. It's not that much, as I've said before, just $50 or something. And here you can also have a look at multitasking, CPU integer, so you see the MTK 6592 wins always, and also much more RAM, so you can see this, but we have the same 720p display. And yeah, the storage is not much faster on the MTK 6592. So basically that was the benchmark. Now you will see some other benchmarks, and after this you'll hear my conclusion. Okay guys, we're now here at the end of this review, and here comes my conclusion about the Elephone P3000 and P3000s. Now all in all, I really like the smartphones. They come pre-rooted, you don't lose warranty when you root it. And also it comes with an Elephone service applications, there are over-the-air updates, so you have software updates. You have some really great forum with some support. And you don't have this when you're buying a clone from China, like an iPhone clone, because you have an unknown manufacturer. Mostly also the seller doesn't care if you break a smartphone. Here you have the help forum, so you can check this out or check out China devices, and there you can get help for your Elephone. So I really like this about Elephone because they really care about the customers. Now there are just some things which I don't really like. First of all, the capacitive buttons look very strange, they look a little bit girly-like, they don't have backlight, and when it's dark it's sometimes a little bit hard to find the correct button. So that sucks, and also this device is very thick. I mean, it comes with a very huge battery, that's great, but this device is really thick. If you don't like thick devices, then maybe have a look at a different device. But anyway, I have to say, good battery lifetime, good performance, and all in all a very great smartphone. Now, as you may have seen in the review, personally for me, the Elephone P3000 is the better choice. You just pay a little bit more and then you get the Octa core, better camera, the ROM is also a little bit different. But all in all, both devices are very good. Also you have NFC on the P3000s, which you don't have on the P3000. Also it's just like you would visit Burger King. So you just pay a little bit more, but you can double your RAM, you can double the ROM. It's definitely worth the money, not like Apple where you pay like $600 or $500 to have an S on your smartphone and actually there are no improvements. No, Elephone really gives you some additional hardware for your money. Okay, so that was my review. As always, you can find a link to some sellers down below in the description. Don't forget to check out chinadevices.com if you're interested in China phones. We are already in a huge community, so check it out. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching and see you again in my next videos. Bye bye!